Oklahoma 16, number 4 Oklahoma 16, West Virginia 13. This was the evening ABC game. Came down to the last play. Oklahoma makes a field goal as time expires. This was close. Like West Virginia, they were driving with a couple minutes left, and they were on the edge of field goal range, and then had a snap that the quarterback wasn't ready for that turned into like a 20-yard loss. If I think it was more than that, and had to give the ball back to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma drives long drive and makes the kick at the end. Man, the fans were like chanting, "We want Caleb in this game." Like it was a bit ugly. Like, is this just, hey, yay, you won, survive and advance, unlike Clemson and Texas A&M, or are there like serious worries here for Oklahoma?
I, I'm not sure. I think you have to be West. I mean, West Virginia had some impressive wins. I mean, they took it to Virginia Tech early this year and were up big on them and managed to hang on and win that game. So West Virginia is a talented football team. 16 points for Oklahoma just doesn't cut it. It just really doesn't cut it. Your defense played lights out, and you were able to kind of get lucky with some bad snaps and some West Virginia mistakes, because West Virginia had a chance to win that football game, and you could argue should have probably won that football game had they executed, and didn't. And we've talked about their offense. Lincoln Riley talked about their offense in the post game interview, that they're just not, it's not working right now. And I think we've seen it. Like we've seen it, like Clemson maybe kind of going through the same thing. And okay, and just a little bit of credit to the Big 12 defenses as a whole. Look how far they've come in just a couple of years. You're used to this being 48, 45. That's the 3-point game that you're expecting if you're in the Big 12. No. 16-13, last second field goal in Norman, Oklahoma. Part of it's to the defenses. The defenses were flying around and making plays, and some of it's the offense is a struggle right now. And I know. Okay, so Radler had a drive, and ended up being the game-winning drive that kicked the field goal. I think that's going to mask some things up, because I think Caleb Williams is a better quarterback, and that is blasphemous to say. I understand that, but I think he can score. He could get you more than 16 points this week.
Yeah, you're probably right. Also, Herb Street pointed out on the broadcast that he was getting pressured a lot, and I guess I hadn't really been aware of that. But hey, yet another highly ranked team with struggling offensive line play, apparently. Um, yeah, and I think the graphic at one point showed that on 21 attempts he had been pressured like 11 times or something. How much of that is on him? How much of that is on the offensive line? Like, we keep hearing, that Lincoln Riley says he's the most gifted thrower of the ball he's ever had. That sounds like coach speak for he's missing it in a few different places, but he's really good at throwing the ball. Like, he can really spin it. But is it decision making? Like, it just feels a little bit, I don't know. It just leaves you wanting.
It does. And if he's so good at throwing the ball, then why isn't he throwing better? Like, if he's more talented than Baker Mayfield, than Kyler Murray, than Jalen Hurts, he should be putting up more than 16 points a game. So, I mean, if that's true, then you're, essentially blaming your play calling there, because we're used to, it's hard right now for Oklahoma. They're having to throw long out routes, they're tough throws. He's having to make a lot of tough throws, and the receivers aren't as open as he's maybe used to having there at Oklahoma. They're used to scheming guys wide open, and they're not right now. They don't have guys running free that like you see in all the Oklahoma highlights from the last 4 years. So I would maybe a little bit to Clemson's issues, a little bit offensive line and decision making to a point, but mostly I would say play calling. You could probably lay a lot of it at the feet of play calling, and does that need to improve? Because right now the defenses have really seemed to have it figured out, because this is the third week in a row where their offense has not looked good there for